One of the greatest and the most difficult lessons that I had to learn can be greatly illustrated with a story I once was told about a frog. And the story goes like this. There once was a group of frogs minding their own business, hopping along in the woods, when all of a sudden, two of the frogs landed in this deep, dark pit. So all the rest of the frogs gathered around the pit to see their terrible fate, and deeming their situation hopeless, they told them, just give up because there's no way that you're going to get out of this pit. But the two frogs started jumping, kept jumping, jumping, and they did this for hours and hours and hours. And the whole time, the group of frogs above them are just telling them to quit. It's just impossible. Well, one of the frogs grew very weary and tired and stopped jumping, laid down, and he died. While the other frog kept jumping and kept jumping, and eventually he hopped out of the pit. So the rest of the frogs, astonished, well, how did you get out? Why didn't you listen to us when we told you it was impossible? And then they realized that the frog was deaf. And one of the things that I love about this quote, one of the lessons that I learned from this quote is that despite negative comments, because there's two lessons that you can take from this quote that I took. Despite negative comments, whether you can hear them or not, you should continue to pursue your dreams. You could continue to pursue your goals regardless of those comments. And then the second lesson that I learned is that you do have to turn a deaf ear to certain comments and just start pursuing your dreams and your goals regardless of those comments. The story that I had to learn the hard way, I wanted I'm a musician, so I love to network. I like to network with people. And my school wasn't really giving us people in the urban genre, because I do R&B, rap and stuff like that. And they didn't really have a lot of people representing that demographic. Yeah, he knows. So I was on Twitter, and there was this guy, his name was Senator Skid, and he worked for Bad Boy Entertainment. That's P. Diddy and, Puff Daddy, whatever you want to call him. He has like 7 different names, but he worked for his company, and he was an A&R, which is artist and repertoire, so he found music for the artists. But he was always on Twitter, and he was always giving great advice to artists who were unsigned. And I said, he would be perfect to come to our school. So I got a little press packet together. I got his bio. I got pictures of him. I just wanted to send it to our event coordinator to say, hey, he'll be really great to come to our school. We have events called Industry Link, where they bring in people in the industry who are established to talk to the students. So I said, this would be great for our demographic, for the urban genres. You should bring them in. He looked at me and was like, yeah, that's great, and blew me off. So I kept pursuing it for about a couple of weeks, and I was like, you should really do this. Well, 1 month went by, 2 months went by, 3, 4, 5, 6 months went by, and he still didn't get the guy to come. So I'm kind of angry right now. I feel like the frog. I'm still hopping, and I still believe this dream can come true, but it's looking really impossible right now. 6 months goes by, you're just like, hey, and I'm telling all my friends about this guy. I'm like, yeah, okay, LaToya. So I don't know what happened, but one morning, I said, you know what? I got fingers, I can tweet. So I'm going to tweet him myself and see what happens. I mean, it's a win-win situation. Either he comes or he doesn't, he ignores me, whatever. So I tweet him. I said, you know what? I go to ACM at UCO. You should really think about coming to our school. We would love to have you. And within minutes, he started following me back. And he direct messaged me and said, shoot me the details. I would love to come speak at your school. I said, what? Jesus. Listen. I was shouting all through my house. My mom thought I was crazy. And so I was like, Mom, guess what? So I sent him the email. I sent him details about ACM at UCO and told him about it. And I talked to the event coordinator. I was like, guess what? This guy's actually interested. This is not just some pipe dream. He really, is interested in coming to our school. They exchanged information, and within a month, they brought him to the school. I got to have lunch with him and everything like that. I was just sitting there looking at him, I just can't believe that this is real right now. He was beautiful too, but I don't want to talk about that. But anyway, so I was just happy that I got to meet him, and I just felt like the frog. I felt that if you just deem a situation impossible, when you lay down and you die, it's never going to happen. If you keep jumping and you keep thinking that it can happen, eventually, somehow, even if you change the course of your goal, it can happen. So that was my lesson that I had to learn the hard way, to be the frog and keep jumping and never die. Keep hope alive. Thank you.